Danda is the biggest wildlife habitat in Taiwan, which is located at the middle of Taiwan. Winter is almost gone and spring is approaching. The most beautiful scene in Danda Wildlife Habitat is presented in early spring. During this period, the blooming alpine plants bring the colorfulness to the view of mountain, and animals move around animatedly, and that, moreover, some of them breed their offspring, showing the vivid activities in Danda. The birds in mountains begin seeking the mats to reproduce the offspring in this breeding season. The blue shark-wing is often common in Danda, but they hide themselves and only act at the low level of the bushy woods. People may hear their voice a lot, but can't see where are they exactly. People have opportunity to find them and observe them during the breeding season because they always take care of the nestling and stay nearby the nest. The territoriality of blue shark-winged gans during the breeding season. They build a nest under the bushwood or on palisade with amplifier to make sure the safety of offspring. Every single blue shark-wing lays 2 to 4 eggs once. After hatching, the parental duties drive them to hunt the insects, other small invertebrates, as well as fruit and seed and so on for its brood back and forth. Meantime, other nestlings start practicing flight and living individually. The mountains are filled with the joys and youthful vigor. This is the first record for the breeding process of nestling of blue shark-wing in Taiwan. It's not an easy work. The nestling of blue shark-wing has turned olive since it was born for a couple days. It looks similar with its parents now and is preparing to leave the nest. After it leaves its parent and lives alone without parents' protection, it must try its best to adapt to this surrounding as soon as possible. In addition to the nestling of blue shark-wing, there are 91 species of birds living in the Danda Wildlife Habitat. According to the data, there are 41 protected wildlife, including 19 rare and valuable species or endangered species among them. Varieties of raptors here such as bark owlet, which is the smallest size, and biggest raptors, the mountain hawk eagle in Danda, making this habitat full of life. Indian Scots owl is a nocturnal bird. It's very difficult to see it in daytime. It usually shows up after sunset. It's not easy to find it. People can only recognize its position by tracing its call. It has distinctive crest, and that's why it is called oscillator. Mountain sculptor is featured as its yellow beak and eyes and a tawny crest. It lives individually and gathers together with others while breeding season. During the breeding season, people can hear their continuous call throughout the ranges. But Ole is the smallest owl in Taiwan. It looks like so small as a feet. The pattern on it is best disguised. It is difficult to find it when it doesn't move. Crested serpent eagle has paddle-shaped wings with 1.5 meter long. It shows white fan-shaped nuchal crest when it perches. That's why it is called crested serpent eagle. Bisa has a tiny crest behind its head, dark gray back and white throat part. It has black vertical stripes on upper breast and brown horizontal stripes on lower breast. It is a medium-sized raptor. It seldom roars in the sky. It usually perches on the branch to wait for a chance to hunt the small-sized birds. Sometimes it leaves the perch and looks for the clean and safe waters. It has some water and cleans itself, then flies back to the branch to set its feather in order to make the feather smooth and healthy. Crested goshawk looks similar like Bisa. The most obvious feature is white lower abdomen. It likes to take a bath in the puddle. The crested goshawk eats a small-sized mammal and other birds and reptiles. Generally, it can hunt better than Bisa. Danda Wildlife Habitat is located in the deep and high mountain ranges. The two access to Danda are Danda Forest Road and Junda Forest Road. The bad weather and geology make the staff difficult to reach Danda. However, it also makes the abundant wildlife lives well in Danda. It's quite hard to present these beautiful scenes. Due to lack of human disturbance, the Danda Wildlife Habitat has become one of the breeding habitats for mountain hawk eagle, which is the biggest raptors in Taiwan. It's about 10-day nestling of mountain hawk eagle, has the white feathers. Because there are little black spots on its white feather, it's not easy to be found by other animals while they are in the nest alone. In early May, the 2-week-old little mountain hawk eagle does not look like formidable and powerful as its parent birds. It still relies on parent birds feeding before it can live individually. parent birds need to take care of it at least 2 to 3 months. The mountain hawk eagle looks so formidable and powerful and just like the king of forests and ranges in Taiwan. But when it feeds its nestling, it's so careful and soft. A little mountain hawk eagle can stand steadily, and its feet are not strong enough to grasp at the prey. The parent birds have to crumb food, then feed the nestling in order. They need to go back to the nest at least twice every single day. Before the parent birds go back to the nest, they deal with food in advance, in order to remove the part lasers of prey and tear it apart. It brings the prey back the nest to feed the nestling then. Thus, the parent birds are busy at hunting and feeding in the daytime. The mountain hawk eagle breeds once a year and lays usually a single egg to take care of the nestling well. There is a family of swing-hole pheasants going out for food. Look for food in spacious places near the wilderness, because the predators will appear on the sky or ground anytime, such like the mountain hawk eagle. The parent birds bring back the Taiwan partridge to the nest. The little mountain hawk eagle is able to eat the prey which brought by parent birds. The food of little mountain hawk eagle is now able to support itself to grasp the food and try to tear the food apart. In addition to the Taiwan partridge, swing-hole pheasant, and other birds, little Formosa reef muntjac, and the little Formosa muntcock, as well as red-leaf tree squirrel and other rodents, is also the target of mountain hawk eagle. The temperature rises in the daytime. It's time that the mountain hawk eagle flies with the wind. It's time to hunt. The living environment of mountain hawk eagle is called home range. It is about as big as 1,000 hectare nature broadleaf evergreen forest to have enough prey. According to the National Pingtung University of Science and Technology, estimation of Professor Sun Yuanxun, mountain hawk eagle eats most is the Formosa giant flying squirrel. However, the mountain hawk eagle is a diurnal animal. And how does it catch the nocturnal animals? No one knows it. The parent birds not only brings back the prey, it takes out the leftover to make sure the neatness of the nest. 40-day-old nestling's feathers on back turns dark brown color gradually. The feathers on wings grow fast and the legs become stronger. It has the bigger appetite and can eat by itself. The typical adult mountain hawk eagle is about at 72 cm in length, weighs 3.2 kg, with a wingspan of more than 2 meters. It has only a very small crest and is also called as mountain hawk eagle. The mountain hawk eagle used to be seen commonly in the plains. However, it can escape from human destroying the animal habitat as well as hunting by hunters. There are approximately 1,400 mountain hawk eagles across this island, according to Professor Sun Yuanxun. In addition to great appetite, this more than 60-day-old little mountain hawk eagle sleeps a lot. The parent bird brings a Formosa white-faced squirrel back to the nest and leaves soon because little mountain hawk eagle can eat the food by itself. So, the little mountain hawk eagle now doesn't need parent birds to arrange food for it anymore. It can see it has well-developed throat muscle. The parent bird stays with nestling in nest less and less. In fact, it doesn't go far. It perches the branches nearby the nest. Sometimes it takes out the leftover in the nest and brings the fresh prey for the nestling. The little mountain hawk eagle opens wings immediately to hold the prey, which brings back by the adult bird. The feathers of the little mountain hawk eagle are getting full and firm, and its white-headed disappears gradually. The little mountain hawk eagle now has a bigger appetite. It can even finish a large squirrel a day. It can eat the food by itself, though it still needs the assistance of parent birds. With supervision of parent birds, the little mountain hawk eagle is able to eat the prey. Over the past 80 days, the little mountain hawk eagle's two legs muscle are getting stronger and its step is steadier. It imitates the parent birds to jump and shake its wing. It can jump on the branch carefully. This is training before it leaves the nest. It's getting closer with the moment of the little mountain hawk eagle to fly. The parent bird shouts beside it at times to encourage the little mountain hawk eagle to be brave, to take a try and show it as model of flying. In June, this is the time to leave the nest for the little mountain hawk eagle. It may face the challenge of the bad weather, including the typhoon, but it must go through. There are no human-destroying and hunters in Danda Wildlife Habitat. The mountain hawk eagle only needs to overcome the weather's challenge. It can fly well in the sky. That's why the second raptor's Indian black eagle also breeds its offspring here. Due to the raptor has the great vision, it has the special structure of its eyes to allow it to have the horizontal view. They can see the things in front and to sides at the same time. Thus it can finish the hunting in a short time and find more food for nestling. 75-day-old little Indian black eagle looks similar with adult bird. However, the parent bird still takes care of it. The little Indian black eagle doesn't need the parent birds to deal with the prey in advance. The parent bird brings back the Burmese long-nosed squirrel back to the nest. The nestling can eat by itself. Black eagle grows up in changeable weather. It rains a lot in the afternoon, especially the mountain areas. However, the parent birds keeps breeding the nestling. Indian black eagle used to rely on the parent birds to assist it for eating. It now can swallow the entire prey. It can be seen that it has well-developed throat muscle. It doesn't need to rely on parent bird. It can deal with the prey by itself, showing it has had basic ability to live individually. It's an important moment. A pair of the Indian black eagle and one nestling could have about 300 rodents within 100 days, according to the Raptor Research Group of Taiwan. Raptors play the roles to control the number of rodents, and moreover, it can also help to reduce the rodents destroy the woods and maintain the healthy and balanced ecology. The parent bird brings back an entire Burmese long-nosed squirrel and leaves it to the nestling. There are abundant of squirrels in woods, which is enough to satisfy the nestlings of raptors. And moreover, these raptors also help control the quantity of the squirrel. The typhoon season is approaching, and it's the time for Indian black eagle to prepare to leave the nest. It already gets used to the changeable weather and ready for the further challenge after leaves the nest. However, the little Indian black eagle doesn't need to worry about the life after leaving the nest. The parent birds will continue to offer it the food in a year. Finally, the little Indian black eagle leaves the nest. It soars in the sky to enjoy its journey. His offspring begins living individually. Autumn is coming around in Danda Wildlife Habitat. Many animals and plants are ready to take a rest. Meanwhile, the scenes in Danda has been changing, showing the different view. Danda Major Wildlife Habitat North, Cilan Major Wildlife Habitat, and South Guanshan Major Wildlife Habitat were established officially in 1990. These three places used to be the place for lumbering. They have turned into the green ecology of Central Mountains. They are refuge of creatures in Taiwan as well as the main passageway when animals come and go throughout this island. It covers a total area of near 110,000 hectares, and the altitude is between 520 meters to the height is 3,619 meters, including the broadleaf forest, needle and broadleaf forest, and needle-leaf forest. Danda Major Wildlife Habitat offers wildlife perfect environment. Let's protect the precious assets in this island.